Good morning.
I just
Happy.
I posted the ticket.
Cool. All right, tickets posted. Do you put the bet of the day on there?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right. Yo, what's up? Happy Saturday morning to everybody. There's a ton of games today. We don't have a ton of plays. I think I have 6. I think it's 5. Weekends, I feel like in other sports are awesome. In baseball, it's great to watch. I have trouble betting baseball on the weekend. I don't know why. I always seem to struggle on the weekends. Tuesdays and Fridays are my my hot zones. Last night was not a great baseball night for us, though. The ticket went 1-5-1. That ended our little hot streak we were on. That NBA SGP hit though, plus 1099. So if you tailed that, congrats on that. Community parlay did not hit, so it's no longer perfect. We'll do another one today. So yeah, let's get into it. It's Saturday morning. We don't want to spend the whole day talking on YouTube. First one is one of the double headers we're skipping. If you're new to the channel, we don't like double headers because there's a lot of unpredictability as far as lineup switches. You'll have a guy that randomly is announced isn't playing 5 minutes before the first game because they're going to play him in the second game. There's all kinds of, the bullpen usage is always crazy. So doubleheaders are tough sell. That being said, I kind of have a bet on this one here. I didn't even tell you this on the phone. I kind of have a bet on the first game of the Washington. I like Washington. But this didn't make the ticket. Trust me, this isn't one where I'm not telling you to go out and throw down the mortgage on this one. I like Washington full game money line. Now, it's like I said, it's a doubleheader, a lot of unpredictability. So what are we learning? That this Washington lineup might actually be decent against left-handed pitching. They're 13th in the last 2 weeks. They're at home against Rich Hill. This should be a spot to put some runs across the board. I know Patrick Corbin's going to scare a lot of people off. We all joke around about him being awful. And we're not completely wrong in saying that. But I said it last year, and I'm down to stand by it this year. Patrick Corbin at home isn't that bad. I mean, he's not good, but he isn't nearly as bad as the public perception of him is. His last home start was excellent. He went 6 innings pitched, just 5 hits, 2 runs. His first 2 home starts of the year were rough, but they were against the Braves, and then they played the Rays. He pitched against the Rays when they were like red hot, putting up 10 runs on everybody. And then, so I actually like the pitching matchup for Corbin. I think Washington's got the advantage here at home. And then in the last 2 weeks, the Nats bullpen is ranked 8th in WOBA. 8th. So I think they got the slight bullpen edge too. I know it seems crazy to back Washington against a red hot Pirates team. And right now you might be thinking like, yo, the Nats suck and the Pirates are good. But you know what? The Nats just went on a 6-game road trip. They played 3 games in Minnesota and then 3 games at Citi Field to play the Mets. They went 4-2 on that road trip. They won 4 of their last 6. So Washington's actually playing solid baseball right now. I'll take them at the plus money price at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's the doubleheader, so I'm passing first off. But the other angle that I don't really like with the bet there is that Rich Hill's been dealing lately against some teams that hit lefties extremely well. So Rich Hill all of a sudden is on a bit of a heater right now. We know that he's been better on the road. And while Washington did eventually hit Lucchesi, it took 6 innings or so. I personally don't trust Corbin. The Pirates have been smashing lefties left and right, but if you want to go and ride with that, go right ahead.
Oh, well, dude, there's a lot of people in here. I didn't expect this many people to be in here at 11 a.m. Steven Hairston's in. Detroit plus 5 in that first game. JD made it. You know what, though? I got JD yesterday. You and JD both tried to doubt Shane Bieber. I got you both.
I mean, I said the first 5 over, so you didn't get jack shit.
That's true. That's true. But it was cashed solely by the Cleveland Bats.
Fair. Very fair.
All right, let's move on. Royals at Twins. I'm going to let Prop Beaver talk because he loves this pick. And it's sharp as hell. And I'm not against it. I'm down to tail him on it. But this is his pick. He's very confident in it. Take it away.
I got Yeah, I got to be honest, guys. This is probably one of my favorite angles on the board today. KC first five money line plus 180, and then the KC first five team total over 1.5 at plus 105. I just think Bailey Ober is absurdly overvalued here, and I want to take a stab with the Royals team that's been showing some signs of life lately. Through Ober's last 4 starts against the Royals, he's 0-1 with a 5.19 ERA, and he's 1-3 to the first 5 money line, while the Royals are 3-1 to the first 5 team total over. There are 7 guys in the KC lineup that own a WOBA over 300 against Ober throughout their careers, and add in Ober's
Wait, did you say 7? 7?
7 with a plus 300 WOBA against him. 7.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then add in his career struggles against lefties in the Royals lineup, regularly consisting of 5 to 6 of them, with their key bats being lefties. And I'm confident that KC can muster up at least 2 runs here. On the other side, we got Brad Keller, who's fallen off over his last 3 starts due to some walk issues. Listen, I'm a Brad Keller hater, but one thing I will say that's working for him is the Twins' lack of plate discipline, drawing walks at the 24th best rate this season. On top of that, this is a day start for Keller, and his splits in these spots are literally day and night. In 8 road starts going back to 2022 during the day, Keller owns an elite 2.53 ERA, 2.19 WOBA, 0.91 WHIP. The dynamic duo of Correa and Buxton are 3-24 against Keller with 8 Ks. So if he could hold some of those less potent bats in the lineup in check, I really like our chances here at the insane plus value.
I mean, that's some solid research, and I'm telling. I mean, that the logic is sound as fuck on that. It's a tough sell, KC on the road.
I get it.
But I do like the research. Yo, when you said Royals first 5 money line, Stephen Hairston sent that emoji.
I mean, dude, I get it. I think we're like, what, 0-5 or 0-4 on first 5 money lines?
The Royals have been killing us this year.
Don't worry, though. It's plus 180. One of those has to come around eventually.
Good morning, Jess. Jess is in the chat. That's our resident tennis expert at the Sauce Network, in case you didn't know. J Rube is her name, J-Rube.
Local tennis correspondent.
Yes, local tennis correspondent. All right, let's move on to the next one. Mariners at Blue Jays. I passed because I like Toronto, but they're insanely expensive at minus 250. So I'll just put pass on the screen, but I think you passed also, so we'll probably move on.
Yeah, I mean, the only angle I was looking at, right, is because it's like, yo, Chris Flexen sucks right now. and the Blue Jays bats, they're rolling, and they have some pretty good numbers against him. So I was like, how do I back this team? It's really hard to find an angle. Even the first 5 team total over is juiced to like minus 140, and that's at 2.5 runs. So it's like, is there really all that much value here in backing Toronto? This is ultimately a pass. It sucks, but it's a pass.
Right, and it's like, Flexen's numbers look so bad, and I want to take Toronto, but if you remember 2 years ago, I don't know if you were with the network yet, but it was being toast. We were cashing a lot of bets on Flexen. Flexen on the road was money a couple years ago, so it's hard to see the decline in numbers. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Cubs at Marlins. Are you ready? I got a sharp one for you. One for you here. I'm going over 9. And I know a lot of people are just going to throw up when they hear an over associated with the Miami Marlins. Simple reasoning, too. This simple reasoning. So first of all, there's reverse line movement. Over 90% of the money is on the under. This total opened up at 8, went to 8.5, and now it's 9. So some reverse line movement there if you're into that. But the main reason is both of these lineups just crush bullpens. And are you ready for the state of these 2 bullpens? The Cubs have no Fulmer, no Mark Leiter. That's their most important arm, and I would say their 3rd most important arm. So Cubs bullpen missing 2 of their most important pieces. Marlins bullpen, no Dylan Floro, no AJ Puck. That's their 2 most important pieces. So these bullpens are both cooked right now. And these are 2 teams that have been scoring runs in the second half of the inning. I wish I could bet the over in 6 through 9. I think this game could be 2-1 after 5 innings and still go over 9.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a nice live over opportunity because both these teams are worse through the first 5, get better through the last 4 innings. So if you could get, let's just say, a 1-1 bowl game heading into the 6th or a 2-1 bowl game heading into the 6th, I would definitely look at a live over there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as fond on this play as you are, but it is sharp as hell. One thing I do have to add, though, is that Caleb Killian, he's the top pitching prospect for the Cubs. But in 2022, he did not look great through 3 appearances. He allowed 15 runs and 12 walks through 11.1 innings of work, which is pretty horrendous. With those bullpens taxed, I could see the angle, especially at that nice plus money.
Lovely. He said we were spot on with the Cubbies yesterday. I don't know if he's being sarcastic. That pushed. First 5 money line was a push.
I think I said that the Marlins would win the full game, but the Cubs would win the first 5 minutes.
Oh, in that case, we killed it. And some people are saying they like the commish on here. I believe that he's coming back Wednesday morning. I think we loosely agreed to have him on Wednesday mornings. I don't know if that's official. We'll let you know. All right.
Next game
coming. Braves at Mets. I passed on this one. I want to bet the Mets, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Mets fan. I like Tyler McGill. I think he's a little bit undervalued. And the Mets big plus money price at home, but Strider's so fucking good. He's so good. So I passed.
He hasn't allowed a run in 13 innings. The guy's on a different planet right now. I mean, as good as the Mets bats are against righties, I have no intention of fading Strider right now. I think the best play here, if you're looking for one, they have Tyler McGill's strikeout prop at 5.5. He hit that in his first start and hasn't come close to it in 3 straight games. Pretty weird, huh? Well, if you look at his last 4 starts against the Braves, I believe he has 6.
Wait. His last 4 starts against the Braves. We're talking about McGill. You said Strider.
I meant to say McGill. Yes, my bad.
So McGill hit a strikeout total in his first start.
And then for the last 3 has gone under drastically.
Okay. All right, go on.
If you look at him against the Braves, right? He had 6 strikeouts the last time you saw them. He had 6 strikeouts the time before that. He had 9 strikeouts and 8 strikeouts in his last 4 starts against the Braves.
And his total's at 4.5?
It's at 5.5 plus 102.
So you're saying the total is inexplicably high, and those game lines
inexplicably high.
Yeah.
The Braves are allowing every righty they see to hit their K over. So like at plus 102, I'm
surprised you didn't put that out as a play. I like that.
I'm putting out as a play in a bit. I didn't put it on the ticket because the last 2 plays,
right?
My prop plays made the ticket suck. So.
All right. Next game.
I really like your angle here.
You like? I mean, I wrote it down.
Nah, you got me in. You got me in on it. I'm in.
I didn't think you'd be on it, so I wrote it down with a few notes, thinking like, Beaver's gonna shoot this one down. But he didn't. He put it on the ticket. So, Oakland first 5 money line. First of all, the Cincinnati Reds lineup is absolute garbage. Jonathan India is the only member of that lineup that has any class. Yes, there's a bit of scornfulness in that because we've bet the Reds a number of times and watched those games, and every game I'm like, does anyone else play for this team with talent other than Jonathan India? Like,
yeah, it's true.
I don't trust that lineup at all. Certainly don't trust them on the road. And Kyle Muller, undervalued. I don't know too much about Kyler Muller, admittedly, but I've had a number of people who I trust tell me that this dude's better than his numbers indicate. Cincinnati certainly doesn't hit left-hand pitching well. And Hunter Green, he reminds me of he's like the Ryan Garcia. I don't know if any of you know boxing. Like all flash and stats and Instagram and the posts with his stats on Instagram look cool. He throws 106 miles an hour. He sucks though. He's just he's overhyped based on everyone. I don't know how to explain it. He's overhyped just because everyone knows how hard he throws, and that kind of reminds me of Ryan Garcia in the boxing world. He posts really cool videos, fights Tank Davis, gets dropped with a body shot.
Yeah.
Go on.
What is it? Cameron Toth, I like your insight there about the since he's sucking against lefties and I need your thing to stop blocking the screen, and the green is nice. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I like the nerfy there. I don't know what the value is at, but I think it's got some pretty solid value. And why? Well, I think this is going to be a game that leans towards the under. I think both pitchers are going to pitch well. And the reason I like the Oakland first 5 money line is because we get to fade the single most public play on the board at plus money.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I mean, in what world do we live where the Reds are minus 155 favorites on the road? I don't really care who they're playing. That lineup hasn't been able to hit for shit on the road with the exception of yesterday On top of that, that lineup has essentially gotten blanked in their lone 2 road games against a left-handed pitcher with Rich Hill and Bailey Falter combining for 1 earned run allowed through 10 innings of work. Mueller may have gotten roughed up over his last 3 starts, but that was against some pretty brutal competition, a bunch of teams that could hit lefties extremely well, and I think he's due for a solid outing here today. On the other side, we got Hunter Green. Everybody knows he's a beast. I mean, that fastball. But if you look at what the A's bats are doing lately, I think there's some value here because over the last 5 games, they're averaging 3.6 runs through the first 5, and they managed to hit up Ohtani for 5+ runs and 2 home runs. Ohtani, the guy that hadn't allowed a barrel up to that point in the season. So I think with the A's offense quietly rolling here, I think there's some nice value.
Yeah, I know. I like it, and I forgot to mention that. So you see from this chart here that I just blew up. So a lot of times what happens is there's like the old school way of betting is you hit the line, as the sharps hit the line as soon as it opened, and there's still thousands of people who do that. So a lot of times what you'll see is the public flood in on one side, but then it doesn't really move after that. But in this case, you can see not only did everyone hit the Reds early, but look at the jump from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. People are still betting the Reds here, and the line dropped 5 cents. It's not a significant movement, but you would think if all the money's on the Reds and the action's continuing to come in on the Reds, that line should move the other way. I think the books are pretty comfortable playing against all the Cincinnati money. The reason I'm sticking to the first 5 is the Oakland Athletics bullpen is, it not only is it's dropped down to 30th in the last 2 weeks, worst in baseball, but they're also riddled with injuries. Actually, the injuries might be a reason why they dropped down to 30th. They're injured and they're bad. So I don't want anything to do with the Oakland bullpen, but I'll take a shot with the first 5 here. All right. Cleveland at Boston. I'm going to let Prop Beaver talk. I wrote down Boston or pass. I know Prop Beaver likes Boston, certainly more than I do, so I'm going to let him sell it to you.
I do like Boston. Before I do that, Jess, so the top chart is the public, which means the amount of bets that are on each side and the percentage of those. And then the bottom charts are the amount of money. So that's how much money is being wagered on those bets in correspondence to rather the amount of bets that are being placed. So
yeah,
different
Jess,
quantitative
that
data.
shows you where, in a lot of cases, that can show you. Like, here's a perfect example, Jess. So look at this. You can see on the top, that's the percentage of tickets, the top. So you can see the public, the tickets are actually coming in split even, but all the money's on Boston, which it shows you where the heavy hitters are betting, where the quote-unquote sharps are, where the pro gamblers. So this chart would indicate that the pros are betting the Boston Red Sox, even though the public, the casual bettor, is pretty split 50-50. That's the idea behind that. It's not an exact science. It's just another aspect to take into account when you're... It's interesting to look at.
Yeah. I see you, James Doak. I don't mind an over angle here at all. I actually think it's a pretty solid angle. But the one that I like the best is the Red Sox money line. Brian Bello is a guy that I and many I respect are high on as a prospect. And while his first 2 starts of the year haven't gone exactly great, I like the spot against this subpar Cleveland lineup. Take into account his last 6 starts from last year and his 2 starts from this year, and Bello owns a 3.39 FIP over those last 8 starts. That's pretty damn good. Another angle that I like is that Bello has been better against left-handed batters. Against those last 8 starts, he's got a 283 WOBA and a 628 OPS against lefties. That's much better. The Guardians start 6 lefties, and 2 of those righties are Mike Zunino and Miles Straw, 2 of the bottom 3 guys in their order. On the other side, we got Plesac, who, oh my God, bro, this man looks horrendous thus far. He just allowed 10 hits and 3 runs at his own damn crib to the Marlins. In his lone 2 road starts, he faced Oakland and Washington. What happened? I mean, what could happen against these 2 bottom 3 lineups against righties? Well, he surrendered 14 hits and 10 runs through 6 innings of work. I think Boston's going to smack this dude silly today. Add in that both Clase and Stefan, their 2 best relievers for Cleveland, have now pitched the last 2 or 3 games for them, and we could be catching the Guardians bullpen in a vulnerable spot. The Sox pen is fully rested with most of their guys having 2 days off. Socks.
Yeah, I'm tailing. It was originally just a lean, but the fact that you like it means I'm down. Stevie H is on Boston as well. This man needs to tweet his picks out. I've had this dude's phone and my number for 2 years. He's always texting me picks, has solid reasoning, good angles. I'm like, yo, tweet these out. He needs to give his shit out.
Create a persona.
All right. Next. Phillies at Astros. You guys already know how I feel on this one. I put this one on YouTube last night. Houston, all the way here. All the way. I keep forgetting to put the ML. All right, Houston, all the way. Very quick description. I won't run through all the exact same things I said, but Zach Wheeler's pitched against nobody. The only decent lineup Zach Wheeler's seen this year was Texas, and he got absolutely rocked. Zach Wheeler has a history of being unreliable on the road. In fact, he has a 7.71 ERA on the road this year. He's on the road in Houston. Tough spot. Zach Wheeler pitched against the Astros in the World Series twice. The Astros beat him twice. Christian Javier no-hit the Phillies in the World Series. He threw 6 no-hit innings. He's been a beast this season. His last 2 starts, this is Christian Javier, 11 innings pitched, just 2 earned runs and just 6 hits. And that's against Toronto and on the road in Atlanta. Dude's blanking good lineups. Last night I gave out Houston first 5 minus a half run at plus 120, and I still like that. But I thought this money line would be minus 145 by now. In fact, the price sketches me out a little bit. Maybe it's because the Phillies beat them last night. That's what I was thinking. That's why I didn't overreact to the price, because I figured, okay, it's because the Phillies grabbed the win, so people are like, the Phillies can beat these guys. Maybe that's what I was. But I'm down to play it. I'll put the first 5 run line up too, because I still do like it. I don't want people to think I'm bailing on my original pick. So I like Houston in the first 5 and full game.
Yeah, this is simple. Christian Javier is a guy who I think could be the best pitcher in baseball at some point in the very near future. And right now looks like he's about to be entering demon time territory. That is a man you do not want to fade when that goes down. He shut the Phillies down last year for 6 hitless innings, inducing 9 Ks in the process, as you said, on the biggest stage of them all. I think he continues to roll against them here. On the other side, we got Zach Wheeler, who flat out hasn't looked like himself. Even more concerning, his 2 road starts, he got absolutely annihilated. One of them was the dog shit White Sox. Even without Alvarez, I see the Astros bats getting to Wheeler here. Gonna play the full game, as I think both bullpens are rolling right now, but the key distinction is that the Astros are sitting tied for second in 6th to 9th inning runs at 2.4 compared to the Phillies, who sit dead last in 6th to 9th inning runs on the road at 0.8. So Astros.
Mr. Hairston is with us on Houston. Next,
he looks like he's losing his hair over there on Houston. He's just as angry as us about the line movement.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, what sketched me out. The reason I gave that out, the first 5 run lines, I figured by the time people watch this tomorrow morning, it's going to be minus 145, but it wasn't.
I really think it's just because the projected lineups continue to have Alvarez in it. So I think when the models are making their original prices, it's like that, and then they're like, oh well, Alvarez isn't going to play, so they're adjusting that price.
I think to answer Paul Meffer's question, I think the full game has a higher chance to hit. Obviously the first 5 run line at plus money is good value, and I probably think overall, if you're just evaluating value, that probably might be the slightly better bet, but I like them both. Giants at Padres. Look, you guys know I gave out some stuff last night, but I was very clear. This is just for fun, because who the hell knows? In case you didn't see last night's video and you don't know what's going on here, this game's being played in Mexico City, and the elevation at this stadium, it's 2,200 feet higher than Coors Field. So it is this field they're playing at is over 6,000 feet higher than the second highest baseball field in the MLB. So and not to mention they have a 325 foot fence down the left and right field lines. So I get it. This total set at 15 right now, and I mean, they set it there for a reason. They think it's going to go over that. So I'll take the San Francisco team total under 6.5. That's probably my favorite bet. I probably take that before the Padres. Joe Musgrove has a history. In his last 6 starts against the Giants, he's blanked them all 6 times. So whatever. The Giants lineup sucks. Always cool with fading their offense.
Yeah, I mean, this shit's going to look like a Super Mario fucking Smashers game. I have no interest in betting it. Pass.
All right. but Paul Mefford wanted to know if you agree that the first 5 or Houston money line.
I personally would rather not lay the half run. You never know. I mean, Wheeler is still, let's not act like Wheeler isn't this very respectable pitcher, because he is a very good pitcher. And it's not like the Astros bats have been on fire like they were last year. So personally, in my opinion, I don't want to lay that half run. Who knows? I would rather just do the full game money line personally.
Oh, Boosh is here. He's playing a bunch of home run pops. JD Davis, Jock Machado. It's not a bad look. I mean, that's not a bad angle. All right, Yankees, Rangers. You guys already know what I like in this one. I like the Yanks. I think it's up to plus 135 now. I'm down to play the Yanks first 5 as well, but I think the favorite would be the full game. And my basic reasoning is I think Brito's undervalued. He got rocked by the Twins twice, but other than that, he's actually been good. I like this Texas Rangers team, but I think Brito has a good outing here, and I don't think the Yankees will need more than 4 runs to win the game. So I'm on the Yankees.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility Judge gets put on the IL today, and I still like the Yankees. I would probably wait for the news to drop and then bet it, because I don't think he's going to play. Once that lineup officially drops, I think you'll get a better line. But I still like it at plus 135. And as Kyle said, yes, Brito is undervalued. Ignore those 2 twin starts, and the guy has been phenomenal thus far. And on top of that, he's been much better against lefties with a 239 WOBA, 0 home runs allowed, and a 188 opposing batting average. That's sick. The Texas bats, they start 6 lefties on a regular basis. And how did Texas do against Graham Ashcraft, who has similarly dominant splits against lefties? Well, just 2 runs through 6 innings. On the other side, we got Eovaldi, who going back to 2022 now has a whopping 5.72 ERA, 380 WOBA, 1.8 home run per 9, and 1.53 WHIP through his last 12 home starts. The guy does not pitch well at home. Filter that to night starts, and it is straight up dreadful. So add in a slumping Texas bullpen that has let many down over the past week. And I like the Yankees at the plus price. I think the bullpen will let more people down tonight. Sorry, Texas bettors.
Yeah, it looks like the comments, we got a couple agreeing with us. Yeah, I'm on the Yanks. I didn't know Judge was going on the IL. I mean, hopefully just like the 15-day.
I think it's going to be short term, but yeah, I think it's more than likely he heads there from a few reports.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was like day to day. Like,
they like found something on his hip when they did a scan.
They found out that they overpaid.
Yeah, they found a ligma. Now let's go to the Rays White Sox game. And this game is stinky, bro. This game reeks of a White Sox victory that I refuse to back.
Every single game is going to feel like the one. Did we just get... I just got a notification that popped up on my screen saying reconnection. I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know if we're back live. Let me... It looks like the live stream froze, but it's back. Sorry about that.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, Chiefs.
I don't know what you heard me say. Basically, the White Sox have lost 9 straight games.
They suck. Yeah. Only reason I'm not gonna back the Rays here is because it's a bullpen day, and their bullpen just threw 64 pitches with 5 different arms yesterday. And the Rays are the most public bet I've ever seen, which makes sense. But yeah.
Yep. Next game. Angels at Brewers. I'm going back to the Angels. First 5 money line. What are the odds on that?
I went full game here.
Oh, we did go full game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And those odds are at plus 122. So yeah, you know what? I'll let Prop Beaver talk about this one because he likes those Reed Detmer splits, or actually more accurately, he likes the Milwaukee Brewers splits against pitchers like Reed Detmer.
Yeah. We're 3-0 in fading Corbin Burns' arm this year, and I like the value here in fading him again with the lefty on the mound for Los Angeles. Milwaukee simply can't hit lefties. 6 lefties to face them own a combined 2.59 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. If you take out that Peterson start, it would be below 1 for both of them. Detmers has been solid thus far, but he's yet to really show out like we know he's capable of. This is the same guy that pitched a no-hitter last year in his rookie season, so we know that he's very capable of putting together a really, really solid start, and I think that comes today. I think he shines. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got Burns, who, like, he got hit with that comebacker, and then he pitched against the Red Sox, and he didn't look great, and he didn't even look great before that. I mean, he just doesn't look like himself right now. He's going to be in a tough spot against the Angels lineup, who starts 7 righties. Burns struggled bad against righties thus far. 408 WOBA, 2 home runs allowed per 9, a 13.3 K percentage. Mr. Burns, what's going on there? Even going back to 2022, Burns' worst spot has been at home against righties. And the last 4 right-handed pitchers to face the Angels own a combined 8.55 ERA and 3.2 home runs allowed per 9. None are as good as Burns. I understand that. But if the Angels can be half as productive as they were their previous 4 games against a righty today against Burns, then I love our chances. Because the Angels used their worst lefty reliever out of the pen yesterday, Aaron Loop. The guy sucks. Thanks for blowing our lead, buddy. And I like today because we got Tucker Davidson and Matt Moore, who are both rolling right now. They look excellent. About to face the Brewers lineup that sucks against lefties. So I think they could close it out. I love the Angels here.
Yep. Next. You have a play on this one. I pass, so let me write pass for me. So your ballsy ass is down to go back to the Rockies after what they did to us last night.
Playing the spot.
Playing the spot. Wait, you did first 5 only?
Yeah.
Plus
First
100?
I mean, yeah, plus 100. I mean, my God, we were wrong yesterday. The Rockies bullpen is not improving. It's a rather giant pile of crap.
Well, to be fair, didn't they give all those runs up in like the 8th inning or 9th inning?
I don't know, but they used 5 guys and they all got shelled. I mean, and they gave up, what is it, like 8 runs in the 9th or whatever it was? I don't even know. The point is, that's not a pen. It's not a pen I'm looking to back anymore. So we're going to isolate this one to the first 5. But by principle, I have to take the Rockies here. And here's why. It's a shaky left-handed pitcher pitching at Coors, and the public loves Arizona. Tommy Henry's a lefty with just 10 career starts under his belt. Under those starts, he's posting a 5.44 ERA, a 3.60 WOBA, and a 6.11 FIP, which is really ugly. Now facing a Rockies lineup that he had a solid outing against last year, holding to 3 runs through 5 innings of work at Coors. But listen to this. There's been a ton of turnover in that Rockies lineup. Through a small sample size of just 8 at-bats, the current Rockies lineup is 4-8 against him with a home run, 2 walks, and 3 RBIs. In their best spot, I think they can produce here at home against a lefty. On the other side is Noah Davis, who's looked really solid thus far through 2 starts against the Mariners and a Phillies lineup that are quite respectable against righties. The D-backs bats are dangerous. I mean, I love that team. Going into the season, I was singing high praises. I still feel very good about them. But on the road, they're just 27th in WRC plus against right-handed pitching, batting just .215. So I think Noah Davis can have a decent outing here. They've never seen his stuff, and I like our chances at the plus money cash.
Cool. Sounds good. And I forgot to do a template for this one. I passed on this one too. I passed, so I'm leaving it up. Oh, yeah. Didn't you pass too?
Yeah, I passed. I mean, I kind of like the over with St. Louis facing a lefty, but it's hard to ignore Kershaw's repeated success against St. Louis. They've won 7 straight with Kershaw on the mound against them, and in his last 5, he's 4-0 with a 1.75 ERA. He's also looked really untouchable at home thus far, so just not a spot I'm looking to fade Kershaw, but also not really looking to take the Dodgers against a lefty, which they've really sucked against thus far.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Someone asked if White Sox money line's making our card today. Absolutely fuck not.
No. I don't know if we'll make our card for like the next month. Like there really needs to be a foundational turnaround for.
I'd say they're on a 21-day probational period. The White Sox. No.
Yeah,
not today.
Suspension.
So should we do the community parlay and get out of here? So everyone, put your picks for the community parlay in. Put your favorite legs, and we'll build that. What are you doing in Philly tonight, by the way?
I'm getting some drinks with some friends, and it should be a fun time. I haven't been going out much with all the fucking MLB action.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is there an event, or are you just going out?
Yeah. Nah, I'm just going out.
Just partying?
23-year-old young spry male on the town.
On the town.
Ready to prowl.
Women of Philadelphia, look out.
Be fucking where.
Oh, shit. There's just a delay, so... Oh, Braves is the first one.
I thought... I could get down with that. Strider's just too sick.
All right, Braves money line. What's next? Pirates money line. I like the Nats there, but it's just not me. It's the community. Kansas City first 5. Oh, we're not putting that in the parlay, but he likes your pick. Kansas City first 5.
I appreciate that, Michael Buena. I appreciate that you recognize there's some great value on that joint.
Jays money line.
Braves, Jays. I mean, I'm down with the Jays. Freaking flexing is. Whew.
And get the sports book out.
I got it up already. I'm 3 legs into this parlay.
We need one more leg. Waiting for it. Oh, someone said Houston. That's going to be chalky.
Well,
what does that put it at? We might need another leg. What does that put the parlay at with Astros?
It's coming in at a rockin' plus 585, which I think is good.
Oh, that's solid.
Honestly.
No, that's solid.
Yeah, it's Braves, Pirates, Blue Jays, Astros.
All right, let me put it on the screen so everyone can see it. As you already know, our community parlay smacked the first time we did it 2 days ago. Did not hit last night. Actually, went two wins, 2 losses. There's the community parlay. Braves money line, Pirates money line, Blue Jays money line, Astros money line at plus 585. I mean, I like it. I think the Nationals can win. I think the Nationals can win, but other than that, I'm completely on board with the other 3. And I
like what Hairston said.
What do you say?
Next time we're making it a little zesty. We're making it spicy. I want like one big dog in there. I want a dog in there next time.
Well, I usually put, if you see my parlays I give out, I like 2-leg parlays with 2 dogs. That's like my shit.
Yeah.
But this is not me. This is the community parlay. This is not the Kyle Kirms parlay. So yeah,
I saw a few questions there. It says Ruben Jones asked, which Pirates game and which Orioles game would you recommend to bet on? They both play twice today.
I like the first
bet double headers.
Yeah. He passed on him. I gave Nationals money line out in the first one. But yeah, the doubleheaders are so unpredictable. I think Patrick Corbin is undervalued at home. That's the main reason.
I like the if I had to pick from the doubleheaders, my angles, I like the Pittsburgh first 5 run line against Chad Kuhl. I think he sucks. With Vince Velasquez, who's actually pitching really well right now. And then yesterday what I wanted to play, but it got rained out. The Tigers first 5 team total over against Grayson Rodriguez, rookie pitcher, seeing the lineup for a second straight time. He struggles against lefties. The Tigers bats have quietly woken up over the last 4 games, cashing that all 4 times. So I think that the Tigers bats could get a little bit to Grayson Rodriguez. Issue is it's a doubleheader. Don't know what that lineup will be. If it's not lefty heavy, then I would not play that. So
the reason it's tough too is okay, game 1, if Patrick Corbin gets shelled and gets taken out after 2 1/3, and Washington has to eat their bullpen up in game 1, then that completely changes my opinion on game 2. It's just really, really tough to predict. But all right, it's been a fun one. Thank you for watching as always. I think I'm going to be on my own tomorrow morning. Prop Beaver's going to Philadelphia to do narcotics. I'll be home working. So maybe, it'll be quick if it's just me. So let's just say 11 a.m. tomorrow. I'll come live and I'll run through quick and I'll get the comments involved so we can all go through the slate together. So that'll be tomorrow.
A nice community feel.
Yeah, and without you, we might actually have some winners. Oh, boom. Landed a haymaker there. All right.
That was a haymaker.
Everyone have a great day. Prop Beaver, have fun in Philadelphia, and I guess I'll see you either tomorrow night or Monday.
Yes, sir, guys. See you later.